Oh dear, I'm Mr. Fox. Ooh. Hello, my name is Karina Bona and I'm a professional puppet and prop maker, and today I'm going to show you how to make a fox mask. To make your fox mask, all you need are some scissors, some pritt stick, a marker pen, some masking tape and sellotape. I've cut out some tissue paper circles, a little bit of a slightly thicker paper for the base of your mask, and then just some colored A4 paper, a stapler and string. To make the base of my mask, I take my piece of paper, hold it up to my face, press in where my eyes go, and then I pop my paper down. This gives me some marks roughly where they should go, so I'll take my pen and just draw where those are. Okay, now I don't want my fox mask to be a full face mask, just a half face mask. So I'm going to just draw a shape around it that will support the rest of the structure. So once you've drawn that out, just fold your bit of paper in half. This will make the mask really symmetrical. Just cut it along one of those sides and you'll end up with something like this. So all we've got to do now is unfold that, and our first step is to make our ears. So to make our ears, we fold our bit of paper in half, cut along the edges until you make a point at the tip of the ear. Now, to get our ears to curve, I like to just pop a snip up the middle of the ear, and then you can fold the ear like this, which gives it that nice ear shape. So now all we've got to do is use a little bit of pritt stick to get that together. And now you can just pop a little bit more of that pritt stick on there to secure it onto the rest of your mask. Once you've placed the ears, if you need to, you can cut away any excess around the back, like that. Make sure you don't cover up your eye holes. Okay. So, I'd say just repeat the same step again with the other ear. Once you've got your ears on there, it's time to make your snout. Now to make the snout, take another piece of red paper and we're just going to curl it into itself to make a cone. Now you can go around yourself as much as you need to. Just cone your bit of paper up and then use a little strip of tape to secure that together. You can also use a little bit of pritt stick just to help hold that in place, but I recommend using the tape because these guys can pop apart sometimes. There we go. So you grab a bit of your tape, cut it down and stick it along that line where you've joined things together, just to secure the snout, that extra bit. Now, I'm just going to take the snout and I'm going to start pleating it so that it's got a square shape. So I start off by making one line along it, then I do the same a little further along. And this starts to give me a nice snout shape. Looks something like this. Okay, and now we're going to just cover the tip of our nose with a bit of masking tape. So just pop a piece along the top there and secure it down with another piece around the edge. This squares off the tip of your nose really nicely. And all you've got to do is take your black pen and color that in. Once you're satisfied with how well that's colored, it's time to stick our snout onto our face. So I'll show you how we do that. So we need to take the snout and just cut along the lines where we folded. Find the bottom of your snout where the masking tape is and just cut away at the very bottom edge of that. Then you need to just take the paper and fold out the flaps that you've cut. This gives us some surfaces to stick down onto our face. So I'm going to cut away a little bit that excess just to see more clearly. Cut that one in half. Okay, and using a bit of pritt stick along here, I'm just going to stick it down to my mask. Again, don't worry if you've got areas where it overlaps onto the eyes or the bottom of the face. Just get it all stuck down, and then you can cut away any of that excess paper and neaten it all off. Now that our snout's attached, we're just going to do this lovely kind of pritt stick maché, as I like to call it, over the face and add our tissue paper. Now this is really simple to do. All you've got to do is take your red paper and tear it into strips. Now what's nice about doing this roughly with tears is that it gives you a little bit of texture. So once you've got plenty of these prepared, your next step is to stick them down. Just take your pritt stick, and I would recommend starting from the outside and working your way in so that your face feathers outward. Otherwise, if you start from the inside and work your way out, you'll be sticking down along these areas and it'll stop it from looking so lovely and textured. So work your way in from the outside toward the eye. And it's really that simple. So now, taking our tissue paper, we can make some really nice fluffy bushy eyebrows for our fox. And what I've done is just pre-cut some tissue paper circles, fold them in half, and I'm going to snip along the top of them with my scissors. There we go. Now I'm going to pop the pritt stick on top of my mask. Putting pritt stick on tissue paper is a bit tricky. And then in a very rough way, I am going to pleat and fold that eyebrow down and push it onto the pritt stick so that it gets a nice bit of movement. Great. And if you feel you want to make them even bushier, just keep going with a little bit more tissue paper. Inside the center of my ears, I've popped a little bit of tissue paper. Again, I did something very similar. I just cut along the edge with my scissors to feather it. And then I popped a little bit of pritt stick inside that ear. Now I do this by holding the mask against that surface. Makes it a little bit easier. And then just stick it down. So once you've worked away at your mask and put lots of paper on it, it'll end up looking something like this. And at this stage, we're ready to pop on our string so that we can wear it. Just flip your mask over. Get whatever string you've got available, a bit of wool, or as you can see, I'm using a bit of shoelace. Take a stapler, position your string or wool where you like, and just staple it down. Use a couple of staples just to make sure it's nice and secure, and repeat the same thing again on the other side. Once you've got them both connected, Just take your string at the back and tie it in a knot according to where it fits on your head. And there you go, your mask is ready to wear. And that is how you make a fox mask.